Good morning, you guys. Late we are. Yep. And I just talked like Yoda. It's like my husband always says, you Yoda talk all the time. This is your daily dose of encouragement, anything but average, achieving success in life. Had some technological difficulties. Imagine that. I'm actually in my office. I have two computers in here, and neither one of them wanted to get on the internet this morning. So they're both on now. And I am finally live with my good friend Dan Hilsman. Thank you for being here, Dan.
All right, that's awesome.
He's been
Thanks for
standing
having
by,
me.
y'all, waiting for me to get connected here. Hey, Dan, tell everybody a little bit of backstory about you, where you are in the United States, what your role is, what company you're with, and so forth, so they can just kind of get some credibility to you.
All right, great. I'm Dan Hilsman, excited to be here this morning. I'm out of Atlanta, Georgia area, Metro Atlanta, not really Atlanta, about 20-ish miles out west of Atlanta. Been licensed in real estate over 20 years. Have a broker's license, currently with EXP, and I have my non-traditional type team. I have about 20 plus agents, and then I have a much larger team. Those agents also have agents. I have also manage or help, I should say, a much larger group of agents also throughout, I think, 14 states and 3 provinces of Canada. So
That's
excited to
holy
be.
crap.
Yeah,
So
no, I could have
then,
never done that with a little Cobb County, Georgia team years
yeah.
ago. Kind of thought maybe I'd go to another county. So this is kind of a super exciting opportunity.
So since you just led into that, how your team has expanded into other counties, other states, other cities, all of that stuff, I'm pretty sure you got to be virtual when you're doing that stuff, right?
Yeah, we are. So we're lucky to be virtual right now with what's going on in the market, in the world, I should say. So, yeah, very fortunate there. Hadn't really missed a beat, and able to stay in contact and help and train agents just as if we weren't all locked in our houses.
So prior to being with EXP, did you have your own brokerage as well?
Many years ago, I did. I've tried a little bit of all of it. So, when I had a bright idea one time to open my own brokerage and to keep all the money. And then, it's a great idea for some folks, and it was good for me for a little while. And then I decided, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll get rid of the responsibility part and just be a broker in charge, which was kind of silly because then I still had all the responsibility. Um, and then, went back to a small independent, decided I just wanted to be an agent, but I couldn't stand it, so I started building a team again, and it's just in my blood. So,
It is. And so you're leading by example every single day. And naturally, you've been in real estate forever, just like I have. We've been through, the mortgage crash. We've been through here.
yep.
Went through Hurricane Harvey. We went through every weird, crazy 9/11, crap that disrupts our world. Never in my wildest imagination did I dream of a virus that would throw a wrench into everything that we were doing. How about you?
No, it not at all. I didn't see that coming. I was ready for maybe another downturn, or I
Yep.
was ready for pretty much anything. Life. I thought, well, I mean, I was aware surely something would happen because I've been doing this long enough to know something's coming up, but I didn't think a pandemic that would, cause so much heartache and pain and loss of life and disruption. So that part's super sad about. But within that, we have to take a little bit of time and look around and be aware. Since we've both been doing this so long, Tricia, I know you're aware too that when things like this happen, as sad as it is, there's also an opportunity for you to even be more of a leader or more of a helper. Whether it's with a business, your family, your friends, just a lot of opportunity to smile and to provide hope and love and compassion a little bit more so than if this wasn't going on. So within
Oh,
that,
definitely.
there is a bigger opportunity.
So I'm going to timestamp this so everybody knows, because we're doing these every day to kind of give you guys an awareness of what's going on in the real estate market in the nation, as far as that is, and as far as the coronavirus goes. So Dan, as of today, which is April the 8th, what are you seeing there as far as the coronavirus goes? Are you guys seeing it get worse, get better? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I still am pretty optimistic and excited about the near future. But right before this call, and I don't mean like earlier this morning. I mean like minutes ago, like probably 5 minutes, 2 minutes before the call, I hear on the radio that our governor decided to extend shelter in place until May 13th. And I was like, wow, that was kind of didn't see that coming either. So I guess when life hits you in the face with a 2x4, you get up. Now, we can do some things in real estate here. We're an essential business, so we are still doing business. But I
How
just
has
don't see
that
that for our
changed the
state.
way you guys are doing business there locally?
Well, some agents radically and some not too much. So I have a wide spectrum. I have some agents that don't want to really get out and do too much. They'll do a little bit. And I have some that I had a guy doing open houses like 2 weeks ago. I said, "You're doing really? You're doing open house?" It was right before shelter in place, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm doing it." He's like full steam ahead, whatever they let me do. And then I have other guys with the spray cloth and the mask, and they're going in the house and wiping down and not touching anything. And then I have a few that, and it's fine too. I think look, this is also a great time that if you've been running hard for 20 something years, you might want to just take a little bit of time off.
You
So
know,
it's
here,
an individual decision.
yeah. And here, I always look at times, like every time we have a slow time when it's like January or so, that's when I usually refine marketing, go deep into what's not working, what's working, look at people or things that aren't working and so forth. And so I would imagine you're doing the same thing.
Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So before the coronavirus hit, what kind of market did y'all have there?
It was doing real well. It was thriving. You could be as busy as you wanted to be. Inventory was a little bit low, but it wasn't so low that it was a big problem. We were not in the 10 offers on every good house range. And there were some of them, maybe if you're in the low twos in a certain really good high school district, if it was in great shape and priced right, maybe there would be a few offers. But generally speaking, it was a little bit of low inventory, but you could still find properties, still get offers in, still get offers accepted, and it was a really good time. So that was, since this came about so quickly, that was different too, right? Because in the past, when this has happened, even though the mortgage crash, things we say it happened fast, but it didn't happen like this fast.
No.
I mean,
and you saw
I
like things leading up to it,
Yeah. I mean, the B back then, the A minus B paper, for people with non-traditional type loans, that was a phone call and that did happen quickly. But yeah, this just to be totally blanketly widespread as fast as it is, and then so a little bit of adapting to do.
Definitely. So are you guys pulling homes off the market and kind of putting them into a holding pattern, or are your sellers asking for you to do that?
Not too many, just a few, but not too many. Actually yesterday I had a call from a new home. I have one of my properties under contract, new home construction. The house has been finished for a while. The people's loans approved, and he called and said, "Yeah, so we're doing the walkthrough Monday, and you're all invited, and then we're going to go from the walkthrough to actually a physical closing at 11 o'clock." And I was like, "Wow, well, that'd be a weird normal day. I'm going to go to a walkthrough, and I'll stay a little bit farther back than I used to, but I'll actually be at a walkthrough and then get in my car and drive from there to a attorney's office and sit." And I don't know, I might not be in that room, but anyway, that was as close to normal I've heard in a long time, and it was refreshing and exciting, and
Here they're doing, some of the title companies are doing drive-up closings, where the escrow officer's standing outside with the podium, and the buyer or seller pulls up with their car next to the podium, and it's done right there. It's insane, kind of like Jack in the Box, and the real estate agents aren't there, it's just weird. Being in business for this long, it's weird. And even going on listing appointments, like I'm not sick and I don't live in fear. So, but I have a little boy at home that I have to protect. And so I can't bring germs into the house with him. But I just don't have a fear mindset. And so I believe that everything happens for a reason. And I look at the silver lining and stuff. And it's like, I'm going to make sure that when we're released from this shelter in place thing, that my foot's full blown on the gas. It's already on the gas right now. It's just like teeter tottering gas brake. How fast can you go right now without irritating people? But I don't look at this like doom and gloom. Oh my gosh, the world's going to end and we're not going to be able to recover. I'm going to shoot, I see the light. We're right on the brink of the light. It's going to be explosive, I believe.
Yeah, so it's going to be big. It's a big opportunity.
It is. Yep. So with your group there and your expansion team and everything, what are you doing differently with them, or what kind of tips are you giving them that they need to be doing right now, things to encourage them during this? Now you have an extension on your shelter in place. What can you tell them or anyone listening?
Yeah, it's a little bit individual, but case by case. But overall, it's a great time. Me personally, I'm cleaning up my databases. So that's something that you plan to do. You do a little bit here and there, but I mean, I have dove deep into database cleanup and phone calls, and then encouraging my agents to. That's a great place to start because you can clean up your files, you can pay your taxes, or do your tax return. I know there was an extension there, but yeah, the database, reaching out to your A plus referring clients. So I have our database broken down: A plus, 2 or more referrals, a referral or more, B may refer, C could refer someday. So start at the
Do
top.
you have your
Refer
whole database broken down like that?
Yeah, my past client database. So I've had my agents, actually ask them to. It's not a traditional team, so they don't really have to do it like they may have years ago. But it's great advice. So go ahead and do that because you don't really want to reach out to. If you can't reach out to all your agents, you might as well start at the top with the ones that are most beneficial to you and your business and your family.
Definitely.
So yep, that's a big tip on the database. So some of it's real basic stuff, but we know I like to stay basic. In real estate, you can get as complicated as you want, but I don't care how complicated or what kind of systems you have to. At the end of the day, you need to go back to building relationships and getting on the phone. So we have the systems that do a lot of the AI work for us, but guess what? Sooner or later, when they get done, that's just the middle work. Sooner or later, you got to get your client, get on the phone, build a relationship, and continue from there.
Are you finding that when you're making your calls, that the people on the other end are wanting to talk to you more now?
For the most part, yeah, yep, they really are. They're a little bit easier to talk, they're easier to reach, and I have a pretty good relationship with all my past clients, so that's not a problem. It's really in the past has been more of a problem in making time to do it. So yeah, clean up your database, make those phone calls, and it's a good time to walk around, try to smile. I was smiling at lady at the grocery store the other day, and she probably thought I was a little bit nuts. I was like, "Bro, what is he so happy about?" I'm like, "Hey, we're all alive, and it's awesome." And yeah, but with my team too, I've also let them know that now's a great time to go ahead and set appointments for the 30 days out for the people that you don't want to talk to now. So you can you're either frozen or you're in fear and moving backwards, or you're moving forward. So once they let me know where they are, then if we're moving forward, then we have some great plans to do that with, and you can go ahead and start stacking up business. In my opinion, you can go ahead and start stacking up business that you can't do right now for May, and a lot of our business is built that way anyway, right? I mean, I can't make phone calls today and do for listings today,
No,
but I can do phone calls today for listings, in a few days, in a few weeks, a few months. So go
100%.
ahead and get those in your schedule.
So as far as your team structure goes, do you find yourself doing everything with them on a Zoom meeting or kind of like we're doing right now?
A little bit of both, but
Okay.
mostly individual. So
Okay.
yeah, just because it is such an individual-based
Okay.
team, they're all over the place. So some are, I mean, I have some icon agents, doing 40, 50 deals. I have some doing, 20, and I have some doing 10, and then I have a few that have full-time jobs that are just doing a deal here and a deal there. So
Okay.
a little bit hard to have the same conversation with all those folks.
It is, but you can at least guide them all with the same tips like you're sharing with us right now,
Yep. Mhm.
At
Yeah,
the
and
end of the day,
I do a Yep, do a personally. Our group does different meetings throughout the month, but I do personally. I do a once a month Get Money Now training, and so that time last time it was on Zoom just a few days ago, and had a great engagement and actually it was pretty cool. We did a little bit of Q&A and some agents helping agents as opposed to just me, so that worked out real well.
explain that a little bit for people that aren't familiar with what you just said, please.
Okay, so in the Get Money Now training, and it sounds like it might be a little lower level training, but it's really not. So no matter where you're at in your business, 20 plus years or 20 plus days, you're at a point where you could need money now for payroll or just whatever the case may be. So within that training, we focus on things that you can do that will generate money pretty quickly. So like in the next 30, 60 days. And so, but within that training, ironically, when I first started it, it was really more for my struggle, a little bit of struggling agents or newer agents. But then, of course, the best implementer, the first class I had was one of our icon agents, and she came in and she's implementing in class and getting leads coming in right away, and
Right.
I have other, yeah, so that's the way it works, all right.
Yeah, it's people that don't execute, they're on the training call, but then they don't implement it or execute. You got to take action, massive action, especially now. Now, because you have fewer people that are going to be out there buying homes right off the bat, fewer people that are going to be selling their homes right away. So you know what? You got to get out there and hustle. Every day's a hustling, right?
Yeah, I agree totally with that. And then also be aware that there's not going to be as many agents hustling right now. So I think if you look at it like a pie, a lot of big part of that pie, agents aren't working. So that's going to benefit us agents that don't have a fear mindset. They are ready to get out. We're careful but yeah, if you're ready to go, then I think it's going to be a great time now and soon to be selling real estate.
So you're encouraged by what you see ahead. You're not one of those that believes we're going to be, stuck in this dark place and not able to recover from this.
Yeah, it's all going to pass this too shall pass. We're going to be better and better. And, I had a thought the other day and I thought, well, but, I want to be respectful of this virus and be aware of the pain that some folks are going through. But, I decided I don't know, weeks ago that this is going to make me a better agent, a better father, a better husband, a better son, and that I'm going to be better off for going through this. And part of this is just taking some of the time and cleaning up working on my business as opposed to just working in my business all the time. So working on your business is super important, and now's a great time to do that.
It is. I think with the people that are focused on working on their business right now and doing the right things in the right order every day and continuing on every single day, it's like forward marching, we don't just stop, because when you stop, you go nowhere. It's like we got to still keep moving. We always are moving. We should always be moving,
Yep.
Final tip from you for everybody that's out there listening, some words of encouragement. What you got?
All right. Well, I kind of mentioned it briefly before, but really you're either standing still, moving backwards, or moving forward. So identify where you are, and if you want to move forward, be aware if you're standing still and that you can move forward. If you can't move forward, you can reach out to myself or Tricia, or if you have a mentor or someone in your group, you can reach out to those people. I'm Dan Hilsman. You can find me on Facebook, so reach out to me there. But
Dan's always
just identify where you are and what you want to get accomplished, and then get up and get it accomplished. So kind of basic stuff there too, but it's pretty big. So just look at that. Maybe also, if you're not doing this each day, you try to write 1 to 6. I try to keep it more like 3 or 4 things down that I really want to do and get accomplished that day to move the needle forward. And then, so that's besides all my other things that I have to do. And I'm big on carrying a notepad around. And if I tell somebody I'm going to do something, then I write that on the notepad. And then that way I don't forget to do it.
I love that.
I think that's super important. Well, that's super important. And, right now, maybe even more important because, if you tell somebody you're going to do something, you should do it anyway. But right now, you don't know what people are going through. So I had an agent recently reach out to me, and she gave some weird feedback on showing instructions. And I thought, And I thought, no, don't reply that. don't reply what you're thinking, Dan. You don't know what she's going through. So try to be aware of that too before you make decisions. But
love that.
Get accomplished. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, or 4 things, and it can be business and personal. And just decide in the morning you're going to get that done and get it done. And if you don't get it done, give yourself a break and put it on the list tomorrow, and then get it done.
I love it. Thank you for joining me today, Dan. Always love talking to you.
I appreciate the opportunity. Have a great day.
You too. Bye, Dan.
Bye-bye.